So one of the guys that I've known in the GTA Online community for a really long time, Alex, he actually DM'd me this really interesting thought or idea that he had about the next DLC. And it's how Rockstar are teasing it right under our noses through the Doomsday Heist DLC. And I do just want to say before we get into the video, this is just a rumor, this is just some speculation. There's really no basis apart from the stuff I'm going to show you guys. So I'm not saying that this is going to be the next DLC or an upcoming DLC, but just the clues that he found make it an interesting topic of discussion. Now, we still have that one leaker guy going on talking about how there may be a Navy DLC or something. And obviously there's a bunch of other rumors, you know, police DLC. That's just something that I guess people are being optimistic about. But what Alex has found here is completely different than everything I've seen before. I'll leave a link to the post where he sort of goes into detail about everything, but he starts off by saying that Rockstar Games are known for giving us hints, basically, for the next DLC without us even knowing. One thing that he brought up that I didn't even remember, the Ill-Gotten Gains DLC. Before that came out, Rockstar did an Asked and Answered, which is basically a Q&A where they answered a bunch of people's questions. And one of the questions, or like the first question that they answered, or questions, were about what people were going to be spending their heist money on and what's coming next. And it was right here all along, in freaking bold text too. They say, we are also working on another update coming soon that will feature some very cool new toys for you to enjoy and flaunt with your ill-gotten gains. And we all know they had 2 ill-gotten gains updates right basically after this Q&A did come out. So that's one example. Another example is with the Chiliad mystery mural. At the bottom, there's the UFO, the egg, and then the jetpack. And for the longest, people were trying to figure out what this all meant. Well, in the gunrunning DLC, there was that alien Easter egg mission with the UFO and then the egg. So it's almost like the progression, because first we had that UFO, then we had the egg, then we have the jetpack. So it was right in front of us the entire time. And I'm sure if you look even deeper, there's other clues that Rockstar have put into the game, sort of hinting at future DLCs. Well, what DLC is being hinted towards in the Doomsday Heist we just got? Now, this is where it gets a little crazy, so just realize that this is just speculation, and we're not saying any of this stuff is coming, but a superhero or a supervillain DLC. Now, I'm sure right now everyone's thinking, oh my god, are you kidding me? This is what he's coming up with? But there's actually some pretty solid clues in the game. And for those that are going to say, oh, well, that's way too crazy for GTA Online. Look at GTA Online now, right? We have cars that can fly. We have bikes that can fly. We have cars that can go underwater. We have rocket-powered cars. Like, GTA Online is going crazy, all right? Whether you like it or not, that's just the progression. So to me, at least, some sort of superhero or supervillain DLC doesn't sound too far out. Now, I'm not saying we're going to be flying around and doing crazy stuff, you know, shooting lasers out of our eyes like freaking Superman or something, but a Heroes and Villains DLC could be somewhat possible. Now, why? Let's talk about some of the clues. During 2 of the missions in the Doomsday Heist, superheroes or villains were mentioned. So in Act 1, you can see at the bottom, Avon Hertz actually said, America needs a hero. And that hero looks a lot like me. And then in Act 3, Lester says, I'll save the supervillains for the superheroes and concentrate on the super vaults. Thank you very much. And what Alex sort of pointed out, he goes, it almost sounds like Rockstar are saying this and saving some supervillains, you know, quote unquote, for us heroes to fight while we rob banks. Of course, we're the bad guys, we're robbing banks. And he also says that it feels like we're going to be working with Mrs. Rackman again, too. And one thing that someone in my chat pointed out when I first did the heists, she almost looks like Amanda Waller. Now, I don't know how many people know who Amanda Waller is. If you've watched Suicide Squad, the movie, you probably know. But in the DC comic book universe, Amanda Waller is this like government agent who basically runs the Suicide Squad, right? She runs this group of villains, but they do like heroic stuff, quote unquote. There's a lot more to go into, but that's basically what she does. And in GTA Online, she kind of acted like her. And obviously, the looks, she's very similar looking to that character. So it would not surprise me if they go some sort of Suicide Squad route where she recruits us as villains to play the hero role, sort of off the books, under the radar. But that's not it, because there is some extra stuff. I mean, one, we got the Vigilante in, I believe, the Smuggler's Run update, which is based on the Batmobile, so that's just another superhero clue. We also got the Avenger, which the vehicle itself isn't anything superhero related, but why call it the Avenger? I mean, everyone knows of the Avengers nowadays, so obviously that's something that you're going to sort of think of when you talk about or see this vehicle, like the Avenger, the Avengers. And then this may be reaching a little bit, but one of Alex's friends, I guess, he said, or he saw this when he logged into GTA Online. He goes, anyone else seen the Avengers logo when logging into GTA Online? And I mean, look, it's just the streets. That's been in the game for freaking since the beginning, obviously. So I don't think that has anything to do with it. But it is just kind of funny how he brought that up, how there is a street that somewhat looks like an A, like the Avengers logo. And then the final thing, they tweeted this, and this was the wallpaper on Lester's laptop. It's basically a take or a joke on Thor. I mean, in the movie Thor Ragnarok, there was actually somewhat of a scene that looked like this, but really, Lester, that's riding on that beast or whatever, is holding Mjolnir, which is the hammer that Thor wields. So that's just another little hint at superheroes. Now, like I said at the beginning, we don't know if this is happening. And really, I don't know how a superhero or a supervillain DLC would work. I guess, like I said, the main way would be some sort of Suicide Squad thing where the bad guys recruited to do a good thing. But like Alex did mention in his analysis of all this stuff, it's just kind of interesting how there's so many superhero or supervillain little clues that they've put into the game. And Rockstar do stuff on purpose. They don't accidentally do things, as evident by some of the clues they put in, like the Ill-Gotten Gains text or the Mount Chiliad mural. So let me know in the comment section what you guys think about this possible DLC. Do you think this sounds plausible, one? And if you do you like the idea of it? One final thing I'm going to mention, there's a cheat which basically allows you to fly in story mode. And what they could do in some sort of mission is give you some sort of suit that allows you to fly by using that cheat, basically, thus becoming a flying superhero. So, and that would probably sell for $5 million. You know, they could make a lot of money probably on stuff like that. But yeah, that's just, like I said, that's what Alex sort of found. And he DM'd me and I was like, you know what? This sounds kind of crazy, but it actually does sound kind of plausible with how Rockstar are moving forward in GTA Online. But anyway, that is it with the video. Thank you all for watching. Please drop the video a like if you did enjoy. Subscribe for more awesome GTA content. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.